Hello children, welcome to online classes. Today I am going to explain some important MCQ from haloalkanes, haloarenes, alcohols, phenols and ethers. Which of the following derivatives of benzene would undergo hydrolysis most readily with aqueous KOH? Aryl halides do not undergo SN reactions. During the hydrolysis, Cl present on benzene ring is substituted by OH minus. But here aryl halides, because of the partial double bond between carbon and halogen, it won't undergo SN reactions as easily as alkyl halides. But under two methods, we can make the aryl halide also to undergo SN reactions. One is by creating drastic conditions, high temperature and high pressure. And second one, by keeping electron withdrawing groups at ortho and para positions. So then it undergoes hydrolysis easily. So in the option A, only one NO2 is present. In the option B, there are 3 NO2 groups are present. Moreover, they are at ortho and para positions. So since 3 electron withdrawing groups are there, Cl minus easily substituted by OH minus. It gives picric acid. So answer is B. The reaction in which 4 products can form, including stereoisomers, geometrical or optical. First one, cyclohexene plus ICl. Iodine chloride. Pi bond is broken. This is addition reaction. Iodine is attached to one carbon. Chlorine is attached to another carbon. So now the carbon which is holding iodine is chiral carbon. Chlorine also chiral carbon. So there are 2 chiral carbons. When 2 chiral carbons are there is no plane of symmetry here. When 2 chiral carbons are there, total number of isomers, stereo optical isomers here, 2 power n. N is the number of chiral centers. So 2 power 2, we can get 4 optical isomers. So during the addition of iodine chloride to the cyclohexane, we can get 4 optical isomers. So answer is A only. Which of the following compounds is the most likely to undergo a bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction with aqueous NaOH? Bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction is nothing but SN2 reaction. So here 3 NO2 electron withdrawing group. Aryl halide doesn't undergo SN reaction easily, but in the presence of electron withdrawing groups like Cn, like NO2 at ortho and para positions, it may undergo SN reactions. So in this case, bromobenzene doesn't undergo. Here, this is OCH3 actually. These are OCH3 groups are electron donating groups. CH3, CH3 both are donating groups. But in the case of this one, orthonitro, NO2 group is at ortho position. So it makes the bromobenzene to undergo SN reactions. It undergoes SN reactions. So answer is D. In the following compounds, nucleophile and the leaving groups are in the same molecule. So leaving group at the same time attacking nucleophile. Both are in the same molecule. In which one? So this is due to intramolecular SN reaction. These dual nature species can undergo intramolecular at the same time intermolecular nucleophilic substitution reactions. So if you observe third one, O minus here, this is bromine. O minus is attacking nucleophile, attacks at the carbon having halogen, because carbon holding halogen is electrophilic carbon. Br minus is removed. O minus is attacking nucleophile, Br minus is a leaving nucleophile. Then O minus attacks on alpha carbon forming cyclic compound. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 membered ring is obtained. This is the product and the leaving group is Br minus. So third one undergoes intramolecular nuclear substitution reaction. At the same time, fourth one also undergoes intramolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction to give 6 membered ring. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now fourth one can give 6 membered ring. Yes, Br minus is removed. But the second one and first one, since they are going to give very smaller rings, 4 membered ring and 3 membered ring, 4 membered and 3 membered ring containing heteroatom oxygen are highly unstable. So they won't lead to the formation of, they won't undergo SN, intramolecular SN reactions. So in the option 3 and 4, they undergo intramolecular SN reactions. That's why attacking nucleophile and leaving group both are in the same molecule. So 3 and 4, correct option is in C. Next one, consider the following reaction. Methyl bromide plus OH minus, it undergoes SN2 mechanism. Next one, triphenyl methyl bromide with methyl alcohol, it undergoes SN1 mechanism. This is multi-step process. 3 steps are involved here. C, ethyl bromide, 1 degree alkyl halide, so it undergoes SN2 mechanism. Fourth one, triphenyl methyl bromide, benzyl, 3 degree benzyl halide, this is undergoes SN1 mechanism because stable carbocation is formed. In SN1 mechanism, rate of reaction is depending only on the substrate, means alkyl halide. It won't depend on the concentration of nucleophile. So in the option B, since this is SN1 mechanism, rate of reaction is not decided by the methyl alcohol. So with respect to methyl alcohol, order of reaction is 0. So in the option D also, the concentration of OH minus is changed. In the option B, 0.2, in the option D, 0.3. So even though if we change the concentration of attacking nucleophiles, the rate of SN1 reaction remains same because the rate of substrate benzyl halide remains same in both the cases. That's why with respect to 2, rate of reaction mentioned as R2. With respect to 4, that is option B, D, rate of reaction is mentioned as 4. So R2 is equal to R4 since they are SN1 mechanisms. In the option A and C, they are SN2 reactions. The rate of reaction depends on the concentration of both substrate as well as attacking nucleophile. So here correct option goes to C. Next, here 4 reactions are given for the preparation of alkyl bromide. For each reaction, rate of reaction they mentioned R1, R2, R3, R4. So we have to find out the relation among these four rates. Ethylene plus HBr. Here electrophilic addition reaction. In any addition reaction, first carbocation is produced. The carbocation produced here is ethyl carbocation. In the second one, the carbocation produced is isopropyl carbocation. And in the third one, the carbocation is produced nothing but secondary butyl carbocation. In the fourth one, tertiary butyl carbocation, CH3CCH3 plus tertiary butyl carbocation. So the electrophilic addition reaction, rate of electrophilic addition reaction depends on the stability of formation of carbocation. So rate of reaction is parallel to the stability of carbocation. which is stable carbocation, that addition reaction undergoes quickly. That's why fourth one, since 3-degree carbocation is formed, this undergoes very fast. Next 3, next 2, next 1. So R1, R2, R3, R4. Give the reagent that complete the following reaction. Benzene plus reagent gives benzophenone. So what is happening here? C6H5CO group is replacing H plus of the benzene ring. So this is electrophilic substitution reaction. H plus of benzene ring is substituted by benzyl carbocation. This is benzyl carbocation. So among all these, benzyl carbocation is obtained by the mixture of benzyl chloride and AlCl3. AlCl3 being Lewis acid, it takes Cl minus from benzyl chloride, producing electrophile. So AlCl3 being Lewis acid, halogen carrier, it takes Cl minus and holds Cl minus for a while in the form of AlCl4 minus, and benzyl carbocation is produced. That benzyl carbocation being unstable, electrophile attacks at benzene ring replacing H plus. So that's why correct option is D. Next, predict the major product A in the following reaction. So same electrophilic substitution reaction. Here Cl minus attacks at aluminum because aluminum chloride is Lewis acid. Then first you write the intermediate carbocation. This is intermediate carbocation. At the next carbon there are 2 CH3 groups. 2 CH3 groups are there. Since the formed carbocation is 2-degree carbocation, since it is attached to higher degree carbon, 3-degree carbon, there is a chance for the rearrangement of carbocation by the shift of H minus. H minus is migrated from 3-degree carbon to 2-degree carbocation. So H minus combines with CH plus, forming 2-degree carbon, while the next carbon, 3-degree carbon, is getting positive charge. Now 3-degree carbocation is formed. 3-degree carbocation is relatively stable when compared with 2-degree. So after the formation of 3-degree carbocation, this attacks at orthocarbon with respect to CH2. H plus now replaced with 3-degree carbocation. ESR reaction now. Electrophilic aromatic substitution reaction. From orthocarbon, 1H plus is substituted with 3-degree carbocation. That 3-degree carbocation, still it is having 2 CH3 groups. This is the product. Now you check the product. Yes, option B. ROH plus phosphorus and iodine. When alcohol is reacted with phosphorus and iodine, we can get alkyl iodide. After the formation of alkyl iodide, it is reacted with AgNO2. We know nitroalkane is formed. Alkyl halide plus AgNO2 gives nitroalkane. After the formation of nitroalkane, the product formed. This is overall, this is Victor-Mayer test. Victor-Mayer test used to identify the type of alcohol, 1-degree, 2-degree, 3-degree alcohol. So when alcohol is taken in Victor-Mayer method, alcohol given maybe 1-degree, 2-degree or 3-degree, we don't know. The reagents added in sequence, first phosphorus plus iodine. Inside of the test tube, Pi3 is produced that replaces alcohol with iodine. Next, it is reacted with AgNO2. After that, it is reacted with NaNO2 and HCl that provides HNO2. Then, even base also added finally. Now, the color of the formed solution indicates 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree. This is also called RBC test. To remember easily, we can call it as RBC test. If it is 1 degree alcohol, the solution obtained is red color solution. If it is 2 degree alcohol, the solution obtained is blue color. If it is 3 degree alcohol, the solution obtained is colorless. So, since it is blue color, the product is blue color, so the alcohol is nothing but secondary alcohol. The most steam volatile compound. Steam volatile compound means that has low boiling point. Lowest boiling point is for which compound? So boiling point is higher boiling point when intermolecular hydrogen bonding is present, lower boiling point when intramolecular hydrogen bonding is present. Steam volatile means lower boiling point. This is orthonitrophenol. Here, between H of the OH and OH of O of NO2, intramolecular hydrogen bonding is there. Intramolecular hydrogen bonding. In the option B, since the distance between OH and NO2 is more, intramolecular hydrogen bonding is not possible, prevented. For that purpose, intermolecular hydrogen bonding is formed between OH of one molecule and NO2 of another molecule. Intermolecular hydrogen bonding is developed. For that purpose, they come closer to each other, molecular association takes place, automatically boiling point is increased. So when there is a chance for the formation of intermolecular hydrogen bonding, its boiling point will be more. When there is a chance for the formation of intramolecular hydrogen bonding, boiling point is less. So low boiling point for the compound which is capable to form intramolecular hydrogen bonding. So the correct answer is A. In other options B, C and D, there is a chance for the formation of intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Their boiling points are more. Next, the boiling points to isomeric alcohols follow the order. Boiling point increases with van der Waals forces of attraction. Van der Waals forces of attraction depend on the surface area of the molecule or molecular weight of the molecule. When molecular weight is same for isomers, then we have to see the branching. So boiling point and branching of the compounds, isomers, chain isomers, both are running anti-parallel to each other. So when branching decreases, boiling point increases. When branching decreases, boiling point increases. So let us take primary alcohol, secondary alcohol, tertiary alcohol given. Suppose this is primary alcohol. This is secondary alcohol. Then this is tertiary alcohol. All are having same molecular mass, same molecular formula. As the branching increases, molecule gets compact structure. Surface area of the molecule decreases and boiling point decreases. So, N-butyl alcohol, 1 degree alcohol has higher boiling point. Next, 2 degree alcohol. At 2 degree alcohol, in the 2 degree alcohol, carbon which is holding OH has 2 branches. CH3 branch, CH2, CH3, 2 branches. Next, in 3 degree alcohol, around the 3 degree carbon which is having OH, 3 branches are there. So as the branching increases, boiling point decreases. This is the correct order. 1 degree greater than 2 degree alcohol greater than 3 degree alcohol. But condition for these three, molecular formula should be same, they should be isomers. So correct answer is A. The reaction of ethyl alcohol with sulfuric acid does not give. So what are the products produced when ethyl alcohol is reacted with sulfuric acid? We will take, this is temperature sensitive reaction. When ethyl alcohol is reacted with concentrated sulfuric acid, dehydration takes place from one molecule. Temperature here we have to maintain 170 degrees centigrade. This is temperature sensitive reaction. Ethylene is the product. If temperature is 140 degrees of centigrade, again dehydration takes place because concentrated sulfuric acid is there. But now dehydration not from single molecule. From two molecules of ethyl alcohol dehydration takes place. The temperature is 140 degrees of centigrade. Again H2O is eliminated, but not from single molecule. So two molecules of ethyl alcohol get combined each other, forming diethyl ether. So if the temperature is 140, the product obtained is diethyl ether. Similarly, if the temperature is 100 degrees of centigrade, if it is 100 degrees of centigrade, we can get ethyl hydrogen sulfate. Ethyl hydrogen sulfate salt is obtained. So the question is, the reaction of ethyl alcohol with H2SO4 does not give. It gives ethylene at 170 degrees centigrade, it gives diethyl ether at 140. At 100 degrees centigrade, it gives ethyl hydrogen sulfate, but it won't give acetylene. So correct answer is acetylene. Acetyl bromide reacts with excess of methyl magnesium iodide followed by treatment with a saturated solution of ammonium chloride, it gives. See, acetyl bromide CH3COBr, this is called acetyl bromide. When it is reacted with methyl magnesium iodide, methyl attacks at electrophilic carbon, carbonyl carbon, CH3COCH3, acetone is product. After the formation of acetone, since excess of methyl magnesium they mentioned, again CH3MgBr followed by hydrolysis. CH3 attacks at carbonyl carbon, it becomes O minus, later it takes H plus during the hydrolysis, producing 3-degree alcohol. So its name 2-methyl 2-propanol. At second carbon methyl group is there, at second carbon OH is there. Tertiary butyl alcohol is formed. So the correct answer is A. Next, the given compound has CHO group and CC double bond. Now the product is CHO only reduced to CH2OH. It is not at all touching CC double bond. So CC double bond is not affected by the reagent X, meaning it should be weak reducing agent sodium borohydride. What happens if it is potassium dichromate? It undergoes oxidation to give carboxylic acid. So answer C is wrong. Next, if hydrogen in the presence of nickel, even CC double bond also broken. So if hydrogen in the presence of nickel is taken, CH2 single bond CH2 CH2OH, this will be the product. But the product given is having still double bond. That's why the reducing agent is sodium borohydride. Next, propene can be converted into 1-propanol on oxidation. To get 1-propanol, addition of water is required. H and OH must be added. To get 1-propanol, at first carbon OH should be added, at second carbon H should be added. So this is opposite to Markovnikov's rule, anti-Markovnikov's rule. Anti-Markovnikov's rule, according to anti-Markovnikov's rule, H goes to carbon with less number of hydrogens, while OH goes to carbon, doubly bonded carbon with more number of hydrogens. So anti-Markovnikov addition is possible by HBO method, hydroboration, oxidation. So when propene is reacted with B2H6 in the presence of THF in first step, later it undergoes oxidation by hydrogen peroxide in the presence of base. B2H6 supplies hydrogen which is attached to the doubly bonded carbon with less number of hydrogens, opposite to Markovnikov's rule, and H2O2 supplies OH group that attacks at CH2 carbon. So correct answer is B. Iodoform can be obtained on warming sodium hydroxide and iodine with. So this is very important question. What type of compounds can give iodoform test? Remember, CH3, CH dash, OH. The alcohol containing this type of group can react with iodine in the presence of base to give iodoform, yellow colored precipitate. If it is aldehyde or ketone, alpha methyl aldehyde or ketone, alpha methyl carbonyl compound will give iodoform test. So if it is aldehyde or ketone, the group must be this one. Carbonyl carbon one side may be attached to H, may be attached to carbon. CH3 is the precipitate. So which compound has such type of group? You check the first one, CH3, CH2, CHOH, CH3. So since this is having CH3, CHOH group, it gives iodoform test. Next one, elaborate this compound, CH3, CH3, CH, CO, CH2, CH3. There is no alpha methyl. This is ketone, but there is no alpha methyl. That's why it won't give iodoform test. Next one, CH3, CH2, CO, CH3. This is having alpha methyl ketone. So third one also gives iodoform test. Next, fourth one, elaborate the fourth one, CH, CH2OH. So this also won't give iodoform test. So 1 and 3 will give iodoform test. 1 and 3 is both are in the option A. A is correct option. Next one, in Williamson synthesis, ethoxyethane is prepared by. Williamson synthesis is SN2 mechanism. Sodium alkoxide when it is reacted with alkyl halide. Alkoxide takes alkyl group forming ether. So when we want to get ethoxyethane, one should be ethoxide, other one should be ethyl halide. The alkoxide should be ethoxide, alkyl halide should be ethyl halide, like ethyl chloride. So ethoxide attacks at electrophilic carbon, then both get combined. Two ethyl groups combine each other through oxygen, forming diethyl ether. So correct answer is B. Sodium ethoxide with ethyl bromide can give diethyl ether, ethoxyethane. What is obtained when chlorine is passed in boiling ethyl benzene and product is hydrolyzed? First you write what is ethyl benzene. This is ethyl benzene. Ethyl is attached to benzene. When it is reacted with chlorine, boiling chlorine means at high temperature. So at high temperature, chlorine free radicals are produced. So whenever free radical is produced, substitution occurs at benzylic or allylic positions. So benzylic halogenation takes place. Benzyl chloride, 2 degree benzyl chloride is obtained. When this is subjected to hydrolyzed, Cl is replaced with OH minus. Cl minus is replaced with OH minus. The product obtained is benzyl alcohol. So IUPAC name this one. So 1, 2. 1 phenyl ethanol. At first carbon phenyl is a substituent. 1 phenyl ethane 1 vol. You need not mention 1 vol, that is understood. 1 phenyl ethanol is the correct answer. In which case methyl tertiary butyl ether is formed? So one side tertiary butyl, other side methyl required. So to prepare this one, alkyl halide, during the Williamson's ether synthesis, you have to remember one thing. Alkyl halide should not be tertiary alkyl halide, because if it is tertiary alkyl halide, what happens? Along with the substitution, elimination reaction is also produced. Elimination reaction also followed by substitution reaction producing alkene. That's why alkyl halide should not be tertiary, but alkoxide can be tertiary. So let us take tertiary alkoxide. This is tertiary butoxide, CH3, CCH3, CH3, O minus, Na plus, tertiary butoxide. If you take methyl chloride, oxide attacks at electrophilic carbon, replacing Cl minus, producing tertiary butyl methyl ether. If it is methoxide and tertiary butyl chloride, if you expect the option D, methoxide can attack at electrophilic hydrogen, acidic hydrogen. Instead of attacking at electrophilic carbon due to more steric hindrance, CH3O minus prefers to take H plus from beta carbon. Then elimination reaction occurs, producing isobutene as one of the products. That's why to get tertiary butyl methyl ether, oxide should be tertiary butoxide, not alkyl halide. So answer is B. Which one of the following will produce a primary alcohol by reacting with methyl magnesium iodide? So acetone, any ketone on reaction with Grignard's reagent gives 3 degree alcohol. They are asking primary alcohol only, so A is wrong answer. Methyl cyanide, it gives ketone only, it won't give alcohol. Ethylene oxide you take, ethylene oxide, epoxy, 1,2-epoxy ethane. When it is reacted with methyl magnesium halide, methyl group attacks at one carbon, ring is opened, and O minus takes H plus, forming CH3, CH2, CH2OH. So this is nothing but 1 degree alcohol. So correct answer is C. Even D also, since it is ester on reaction with the excess of Grignard's reagent produces 3 degree alcohol. So correct answer is C. Next, the above transformation can be done by using. So here 2 degree alcohol becoming ketone. 2 degree alcohol is becoming ketone. 1 degree alcohol is becoming aldehyde. Just reduction. So reduction can be done. Oxidation. 2 degree alcohol is converted into ketone. 1 degree alcohol is oxidized to aldehyde. 1 degree alcohol get converted into aldehyde. 2 degree alcohol get converted into ketone by using oxidizing agent, mild oxidizing agent. If it is strong oxidizing agent like acidified potassium dichromate, what happens? 1 degree alcohol after conversion into aldehyde, it may further undergo oxidation to give carboxylic acid. But here they mentioned 1 degree alcohol is oxidized to aldehyde only. That's why mild oxidizing agent PCC or PDC is correct. Pyridinium dichromate in methylene chloride. PDC is given. This is correct answer. I hope it is clear. So in this way you have to do as many questions as possible from this chapter to get clarity. Okay students, with this I wanted to conclude.